Hi guys, this is Hiro. How's everyone doing today? आज बता केम छो? आज सब कैसे हो? So today I'm going over two things you want to be aware of during meditation, okay? And those two things are just right off the bat, whatever it is that you're subconsciously chasing and whatever it is that you're subconsciously running away from, right? Now, these sound really simple, but if it was really that simple, then everybody would be doing it and nobody would have any problems or anything like that, right? But that's obviously not the case. So I will go into detail now on how to properly do this. So what I want you to do to help you discover what it is you're chasing and what it is that you're running away from, right? Because we know, or if you've been watching my videos, you know that once you identify these two, we just detach from them, right? Whatever it is that you're chasing, just detach from it and be okay with not having it. And whatever it is that you're running away from, same thing. Detach from it and being okay with not having it, right? Now, but how do we, first of all, just become aware of whatever it is that we're running away from or detaching from, right? Because that's the biggest thing. And once we have the awareness, it's all just a snowball effect from there and everything will just work out. Okay, so one tip I have is to start with the present and then go to the past and the future, right? Detaching from things in your deep past or that really that you're attached to subconsciously in the future, that's like end goal kind of things, okay? Like, but what you want to do is clean up as much as you can right now with your habits right now on a daily basis, right? So how do you do that? Because I think that will naturally get you more aware about connecting to the past and the future because you're connected to the present right now the most, so it'll be easier, okay? But a lot of the times people do the opposite. They start with the past and the future and then they hone in on the present. But I would encourage you to hone in on the present first and then go to the past and the future, right? So how do we exactly do this? So one thing we can do is when you're in meditation, just sit down and think of some of the things that you've done today, all right, or did that day. Now, you want to go deeper and deeper and see why you did the things that you did. I'll give you two examples, excuse me. One with the chasing and one with the running away, okay? Okay, we'll start with the chasing. So let's just say I went to the gym. These are not actually personal examples. These are just abstract examples, okay? I just want to make that clear because some people like to know. Let's just say I went to the gym, right? So I'm in meditation. Oh, I went to the gym. Now, why did I go to the gym? I went to the gym to look better, be healthier, relieve stress, whatever. Now, why? Let's just pick one of those. Why did I want to look healthier? Well, I wanted to look healthier. I mean, why did I want to look better? I wanted to look better to be more respectable, be more likable by other people. Now, why did I want to be more respectable, more likable by other people? Because I want validation. So the root thing is I'm chasing validation, right? And there's other reasons why you're going to the gym, right? This is not like, oh, are you doing good or bad things? It's not like that. The key thing here is to just be aware of what's driving your decision making and detaching from things that possibly are not resourceful in your decision making so that they don't affect other decisions that you might make, and everything you're doing on a day-to-day basis is out of complete awareness, right? Just on this one example, I could have picked any one of those, right? I could have picked, let's just say instead of the be better looking option for the gym, I could have picked be healthier. Okay, why did I want to be healthier? Maybe so I can live longer, I can have a better future. Okay, so I could be running away from pain in my future. I could be running away from death. Like, there's all kinds of things you can do here, right? And this is with the same example. There's probably a bunch of things I'm chasing and a bunch of things that I'm subconsciously running away from that's driving my decision making to go to the gym, right? I'll give you just another example, just so you have another example. I watch TV after work, right? Why did I watch TV after work? Because I was stressed. Okay, now why was I stressed? Because no, let's not go there. I was watching TV after work, right? Why do I watch TV after work? Because TV's funny. Why do I want to watch TV? Because it's funny. Because I'm bored. Why am I bored? Because I'm single and don't know how to be alone. Okay, so this thing, it's like, yeah, I'm watching TV, but it's all the run away from the fact that I'm alone, I'm lonely, and I don't know how to handle it, right? So And then what we want to do is once we figure out these things, right? We want to say, okay, we want to work in meditation and just accept being alone, or accept death, or accept not having validation from people, or things like that, right? Now, this doesn't mean that we have to never watch TV, which, I mean, I would try to honestly avoid not watching as much TV as possible, or that this doesn't mean that we should or should not go to the gym, right? This does not mean that. This just means that we are no longer operating out of fear, okay? We're not doing things because we're chasing, and we're not doing things because we're running away from things, okay? We are detaching from all the things that we are strongly chasing and running away from, so that we can do things out of higher consciousness and intuition. And we can, because these things, if we don't deal with them, they're going to drive our everyday decisions, right? And that's not good, okay? Because you're making these decisions out of lower energy frequencies rather than higher energy frequencies. And when you do that, you're less on your path or on your purpose, or whatever you want to call it, okay? So that's that. And obviously, a lot of you guys probably want to, do whatever you're meant to do here spiritually, fulfill your karma or whatever, dharma, or whatever you want to, however you want to word it or phrase it. I think you guys know what I'm saying, okay? So just remember these two things, and a great way to get to these two things, which is chasing and running away, figuring out what you're doing with those, is to start now, see what's driving your decisions now, work now, and then once you work now on them, then you can kind of work in the future and the past, right? Because right now in the future, you're connected. Like, you kind of have a very strong idea, or you can tap in a little bit once you actually sit down and meditate and think about it. Okay, why did I subconsciously go to the gym today, okay? But you might not be able to right now at this second think, okay, why do I want this in the future? Or why did I do this in the past, okay? Because it's probably rooted out of these lower emotions, and your ego you've been telling yourself all kinds of stories, and you have all sorts of fears and expectations and attachments regarding things in the past or things in the future, right? I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So it's going to take a little bit more time to undig some of this stuff, right, in the past or the future. But you can start now in the present, and you'll notice it's kind of like a snowball effect. Like, oh, I'm going to the gym now because of validation, so let me try to detach from that as much as possible. Oh man, 2 years ago I did this. That was probably because of some validation thing too. Oh wait, it's also because I was scared of being alone, and that stems from the fact that I felt lonely as a child and had no real friends growing up. Something like this, right? These are, I'm giving you very typical common examples, and then you can say, oh, that's actually driving me for right now. In the future, I want to move to some big city because to fill the void of my loneliness, so I can just accept that, so I can really see, hey, is this really what I want to do or not want to do, right? This is where I'm kind of trying to take this conversation or get you to realize, right? It's not about what you do or what you don't do, right? It's about, is what you're doing or is what you're not doing, what's the energy root behind it, okay? It's not about doing necessarily the right things. It's about whatever you do, are they kind of right for yourself? And there's a lot of wishy-washy modern day, bullshit, I'll just say it like that, on, oh, whatever you do is right now. But so it can get a little bit of a slippery slope, right? You can't just think that everything you're doing is right, but you also can't just have this black and white narrative that only we should follow the conventionally right things, right? There's got to be this balance in between. But the only way you're going to do that is through awareness. When you get that through different forms of meditation, like, prana yoga, or just sitting, or yoga, or like traditional yoga, like outside or inside or whatever, right? So, but a big way to really make that as effective as possible is, like I said, figure out right now in the future to get the ball rolling. In sometime in the future, see that day, what were you doing, and try to identify, hey, is there anything that I was running away from or that I'm chasing that is driving my decisions to do these things? And I gave the example with the TV, and I gave the example with the going to the gym, right? And there's a million other things that you're doing on your day-to-day basis, that literally everything, eating food, praying, whatever. Everything you could be actually chasing something or running away from something, okay? Literally everything you do. So that's why it's best to not do as much distracting activities like drinking and stuff like that, because all you're doing is you're just wasting your precious spiritual birth here, okay? People who just like to waste time and distract themselves, they're not actually, they're in the lowest frequency possible. They're the least connected to their purpose and path, okay? All they're doing is they're just living out of attachment on things that they're chasing or running away from, okay? People who distract themselves a lot, they do this. And I'll actually make another video on this also, okay? But for right now, just work on what I said. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. If you have any questions or comments, you can let me know. Thank you all very, very much for watching.